Much of our work next week during the IMF and World Bank spring meetings will be centered on how we can better support developing countries as they weather these shocks, particularly as they're still recovering from COVID-19. With over 275 million people facing acute food insecurity, I am deeply concerned about the impact of Russia's war on food prices and supply, particularly on poor populations who spend a larger share of their income on food.
Secretary Yellen, thank you so much for that. That was a wonderful speech. What is your worry right now about the combination of food and fuel inflation leading to either recession or potentially political unrest?
Well, we're certainly seeing high inflation, and not just in the United States, around the world. It partly reflects the pandemic and supply chain issues that developed in connection with the pandemic, the shift in demand toward goods. But now on top of that, the fact that energy supplies are being reduced and energy prices have risen, that Ukraine and Russia provide more than 20% of global food exports. We're seeing skyrocketing wheat, corn prices, energy, also various metals, nickel,
right,
palladium we rely on that can goes into catalytic converters, can end up raising the prices of cars, a wide range of commodities. And that's something that not only boosts inflation, it also diminishes demand as households have less to spend, having to meet the cost of more expensive putting food on the table and heating one's home. So I think particularly in Europe, which is most vulnerable, I worry more about recession prospects, but it is likely to be a hit to global growth. And for all those countries that already suffer from food insecurity, this is just a tremendous concern. I think I mentioned 275 million people in this speech who are vulnerable in the event that food prices rise. And so this will be an urgent concern for us next week to try to think about how we can stave off starvation around the world.
Yeah.
So it's really a grave concern.
Yeah, no, and the percentage of income that has to go to those basics is overwhelming in those countries.